So without further ado, brr, brr, let's get into, can you all see my screen? You should see the annual Hydrogen Aviation Awards celebrating hydrogen aviation stars. All right, these are in no particular order, and I think I got them all in. At the end, I'm going to do a check and make sure there's a slide for everybody that won. Okay, so first up, and you are going to give like a very quick speech. First up, we have Daimon de Bruyn, the Hydrogen Safety Award. And this is for outstanding leadership in advancing the safe design, certification, and operation of hydrogen technologies in aviation and aerospace systems. Daimon, if you're on, I have to tell you, you were nominated so many times for this. So definitely going to have my eyes on you. Please say hello to those that are here. Otherwise, we'll keep going and maybe let you talk at the end. Let's do that since we do have a lot to get through.
I'm here.
Oh, you are here. Go, go, go. No, please
No, yeah,
tell
I'll
tell
just say,
everybody who you are and where you're from.
yeah, sure. So my name's Damon, obviously. I work at a consultancy firm called Sagentia Aviation. Before my time at Sagentia Aviation, I was working for a startup company that was developing hydrogen fuel cell propulsion systems for large regional aircraft. I then moved into the safety and certification world, which I think is quite an underappreciated aspect and challenge of bringing these new technologies and aircraft platforms to the market. My aim really is to help to bring awareness of these challenges to platform and propulsion system developers in the market. And I've been really happy to speak at the HYSKY Flying High conference and hope to do the same next year. So thank you very much
Awesome.
for the award. Fantastic.
Yes, thank you so much. Next up, we have, oops, come on, Steve Ross. The George Robert Carruthers Award, and this is for exceptional contributions to education, mentorship, and knowledge transfer, advancing the hydrogen aviation workforce. Steve, if you're on, I know it was hard for a lot of folks to join. If you are on, or if anybody from the University of Cincinnati is on, I would love for you to come on and tell us a little bit about what you do. If you aren't on, I can speak a little to it. I know that Steve, he teaches a graduate level course, um, and it's great. It's one semester long. I've been a guest speaker there. I think many of us have been a guest speaker, but it's just really great what the University of Cincinnati is doing for hydrogen aviation. So thank you so much, Steve, for your contributions in hydrogen education. Next up, we have Anita, Dr. Anita Sengupta. And I don't anticipate Anita's here this morning, but Anita has won the Amelia Earhart Award for the Hydrogen Aviation Woman of the Year, which is for leadership, technical excellence, and advocacy advancing hydrogen powered aviation. I'm sure it's no surprise to many of us here that Anita has won this award. She was nominated by multiple people as well. So congratulations, Dr. Sengupta. Next up, and this is Dr. Anubhav Datta. Many of you probably know him. He was nominated for the Maynard Daly Award, and technically, HYSKY board members are not allowed to win awards, but he's not officially a board member until January. So he is eligible to lead this. Dr. Anubhav has really been pivotal in hydrogen aviation. Yes, you can do virtual round of applause. Please cheer these people on because these awards are not easy to win. And Dr. Datta has won this for leading exemplary graduate level research, advancing hydrogen science and engineering for aviation. He is leading some fantastic initiatives at the University of Maryland. So congratulations, Dr. Datta. If you are on, please come give a speech. I don't expect many people will be able to, but We will expect maybe a speech. He can send us a video or something or an audio message. Congratulations, Dr. Datta. And I'm so sorry, you guys. I have to mute for just 1 second because I have to cough. And this has been why I've been MIA. So 1 second. So the mystery illness that's going around has gotten me. Okay, great. Next up, we have the Dr. Maria Telkes Award. And James Fesmire, you have won this award for breakthrough innovation in hydrogen storage, materials, and thermal management. James was also nominated by multiple people. If you are on, we would love to hear from you, or if anybody from the Gen H2 team is here. I think we have several winners from Gen H2. Congratulations, James, for the Telkes Award. Get some speeches from you guys. Let's see. I'm gonna call on somebody.
Hi,
Yeah,
this
this is
is
Markoff.
Can you
Hey,
hear me?
Sue, I was gonna call on you. Yes, please
All right.
tell us more about James for those of us who haven't met him yet.
James is an amazing guy. He's known worldwide for the stuff he's done at NASA, but even since leaving NASA, he's continued to do many things to revolutionize hydrogen. And frankly, he's one of the founders with a few of us of the team of Gen H2. And he's just done amazing things to continue the foundation of. We have many of the NASA patents that he helped work on that we've advanced and actually filed additional patents. And right now he was unable to join. He's right now doing some testing on some things shipping out to Australia. So unfortunately, he wasn't able, but he was very excited. So thank you, everyone. He's also done, people don't know, a lot with aviation liquid on board and tanks related to that, and several large manufacturers that unfortunately we cannot name, but you guys would all know them. They're in the top few of the global. But yep, excited for James, and thank you so much for everybody at HYSKY for all you do.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sue. It's been such a pleasure to work with the Gen H2 team over this last year. Really excited. And congratulations on your new role. I hope that stays. Okay, next up we have the Alan Turing Award. I'm really excited about this award, and congratulations to Raffaele Russo for winning this award. This is for the application of AI and advanced software to accelerate safe hydrogen aviation deployment. Raffaele, are you here? Tell us more about you and what you're doing with AI. By the way, very cool award that you've won.
Thank you. And also because Alan Turing went to my school, so I really personally love him. Danielle, thank you so much. Very quickly, my name is Raphael. Our company, Otterstone, is a tech startup, and we are bringing some automation and AI to the role of regulation compliance of hydrogen projects, specifically infrastructure. So when it comes to scaling up your hydrogen operations across the US and the globe, our goal is to make it easier to be best compliant with the local and federal regulations of the airports and vertiports you're targeting. And one thing I will add, starting a company or starting any new project is tricky. A lot of companies don't listen. You cold call and you get your phone, put down before you can even explain what you're building. But it's always welcoming when I'm at HYSKY. So a long week of a lot of no's and a tricky um, scale up, which is normal for any startup. Whenever I do listen to HYSKY presentations or give one, it's really nice to be, in a much more welcoming environment than what the rest of the world out there tends to treat you like. So thank you so much for all the audience, but most importantly, Danielle and the HYSKY team.
Oh, thanks so much, Raphael. Congratulations again. And you said something so important. We really are a family here, and we're at the leading edge of hydrogen aviation. There are a lot of doubters, there are a lot of obstacles, there are a lot of challenges. And everybody in this group, we are here because we believe in it, not because we're going to get rich quick. And so really what we want to look to do in 2026 is how can we spread this to the rest of the world, to the general public? How can we make people more aware and really make it to where it's a no-brainer for people to do it? I understand the challenges that come with educated, and even people that are believers, they're still like, nah, because, it's too risky. But what you guys are doing at Otterstone is very affordable. It makes a lot of sense. We were excited to make this award because AI is, really exploding right now, but it's cool to see the ways that people are utilizing AI in hydrogen aviation. But we want to create more zealots out of this group. We do love to hear things like that, but also how can we get the naysayers to also be part of this vision? So we'll be working on that and hopefully be able to recruit you as a volunteer on some of those initiatives. So stay tuned, but congratulations, Raffaele, and thank you for the kind words. Cool. I like how you did that on your screen. I don't know how to do that. Love that. Next up, we have Serge Markoff. Serge was just calling me a second ago, so I don't know if he was able to join. He is here. Serge, you have won the Josef Schumpeter Award for pioneering a distinctive business model that accelerates hydrogen aviation adoption and viability. Serge, please unmute your mic and come on and tell people a little bit about what you do at Cheetah.
Yes, well, thank you very much. I'm honored to receive this award on behalf of my team. Just around me, we are in Dubai, actually celebrating Morocco over United Arab Emirates World Cup match team. So I appreciate very much, Danielle, your support and your attention to our company. And I think that you personally and everybody at HYSKY has created such an amazing ecosystem. And by embracing us, the combination of maritime, which we represent, and aerospace, in a total new, and we are, as you know, half plane, half boat, having taking the initiative and approached us, I think we can bring some new perspective. And the vertically integrated model that we are pioneering will not be possible if the progress that was made by other members of your society has not been, that if have not been exposed to. So great partnership, great honor to receive this. And we're looking forward to cooperation with everybody personally and on the company level, because the coastal and island coastal hydrogen generation fueling ecosystem that we're building on site will be beneficial not only for maritime vessel, for maritime ecosystem, but also to pioneers and leaders in VTOL, air taxi, vertical propulsion, and fixed wing vessels will be able to share it. So we're basically building Elon Musk type fueling infrastructure, but not on battery, but on hydrogen propulsion. So again, honored. Thank you very much for the support, the attention to us. We're humbled to receive this award. And I'm here with you guys.
Hello.
Meet the 10, call in, hold on.
Hey, I love it.
This guy.
Hello.
And the Dennis, who's between Riyadh and Berlin, is a head of hydrogen, CEO of hydrogen.
Awesome.
So
it's so good to see everyone. Very cool.
And
yeah, absolutely our pleasure to give this to you. You were also nominated by many people, and I have to say, I met Serge in Miami in the spring, and over beers, you gave me the coolest education on wing and ground effect. And I said, I need to have you. I still have my notes from that evening. We're sitting over beers, and you're showing me these YouTube videos and telling me all this cool history and technology that I never knew existed. And it's kind of like a niche within a niche, but we definitely need to get you on the podcast, because I said that day, I said, we need to do a podcast on this because this is so cool and so many people don't know about this. So it's kind of just been magical ever since then. So congratulations, and really looking forward to more of what we're going to do in 2026.
Thank you. We will support your organization and engage with all the members of your ecosystem to the widest and deepest extent possible. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Serge. Congratulations to you and the Cheetah team.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Woohoo! So next up, we have Dr. Josef Kallo, and he has won the Jack Parsons Award, which is personally one of my favorite awards. If you don't know who Jack Parsons is, you definitely need to watch this show called Strange Angel on CBS. Mike, if you've started watching it, let me know. It is a very cool show. But he did a lot of crazy experiments. I'm not saying Dr. Kallo was crazy, but he did a lot of brave experiments. Dr. Josef has done all sorts of innovations through academia and industry with H2Fly and Joby Aviation. So congratulations to Dr. Josef for bold, high-risk experimentation, pushing hydrogen propulsion systems and boundaries. And he did not know he was going to win, so he is probably not here. So we'll move on next. Forgive me, I didn't have time to mute it. But next up, we have Eloa Guillotine, and she has won the Sir William Grove Award. Eloa was nominated by multiple people. She's the CEO of Beyond Aero, and she has won the translation of hydrogen aviation innovation into a scalable commercial enterprise. We just did a write-up on Beyond Aero, and if you haven't read it yet, I encourage you to read it. Beyond Aero is looking at certifying gaseous, and they're more focused on their aircraft and propulsion system, which is interesting because a lot of the leaders in this space are really going after liquid. If anybody from Beyond Aero is on, we would love to have you just come on and say a few words. If not, we'll get something in email, but please feel free to interrupt me. And thank you for all of the nominations. I'm really excited to award this one to Eloa. And let me just put the link of the write-up that we did. I sat down with Beyond Aero 2 weeks ago and did a really cool interview. And I'll just put the link to that in the chat so you can read that. Let's see. Stick that in the chat. Awesome. Moving on. Okay, next up, this is a team. Apologize to the Celsius H2 team. A team won this one. Apologize to the team. I think I cut some of the photos off of here. But you all have won the Frank Whittle Award for Innovation in Hydrogen Propulsion Systems for transformative advances in hydrogen propulsion technology. Congrats to the Celsius H2 Zurich team. The person that nominated Martin, are you on? Because I think that you nominated them. If you are on, please feel free to unmute and come chat. If not, no worries, we will get it. But this one was a really cool one for us to read. So thank you for this one. Next up, the Lifetime Pioneering Achievement Award. Matt Moran, you have won the Theodor von Karman Award for pioneering a lifetime in visionary leadership shaping the field of hydrogen aviation. You were nominated for multiple awards, by the way, and we tried to give we tried to only give one person one award, but you were nominated for multiple, and we decided that this one fit you. You fit many of them, but we thought this one was the best for you. So please, speech, Matt.
Thank you so much. What a surprise! I'm so impressed to be amongst this group of other awardees already. I'm really looking forward to hearing who else you gave awards to. This is wonderful. Thank you so much. It's like you said, no one's here to get rich, and really not really for acknowledgement either, just to help move the needle forward where we need to go, and on the worldwide stage with hydrogen and reduced emissions and everything. So it's wonderful to see. What a great idea, Danielle. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And please take a minute to self-promote. Tell the audience if they don't know what you do. I mean, I could pull up your website and it's just like matter of fact, I'm gonna do that. But tell the audience what you do at Moran Innovation and Moran
Uh,
Innovation, a little bit about your background.
Sure. My background was 31 years at NASA and then 40 years total developing hydrogen systems of various types, mostly liquid hydrogen. But the latest thing I've been working on, the H2 Sage kind of menu pick you see up the top there, Danielle. I'm trying to put together a portal of information for people that are trying to get into this, into hydrogen, particularly liquid hydrogen, because I think that's where there's a lot of lack of information. There's good safety information out there, which is wonderful and very important. But there's not a lot of information about how to design these systems and operate them. So I've been trying to pull together my own stuff and then other things as they come along, as well as some online applications that I'm slowly kind of working through to give people some tools to do some initial conceptual type sizing and trade studies if they're interested in that. So that's my latest, I guess, spare time when I'm not working with customers in this area. My spare time hobby, I guess.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all of your contributions.
Thank you.
It was tough, did we put you an educator of the year? And we thought, well, he's been doing this his whole life practically. So we figured it was, I mean, and we just are so grateful to have you. So huge round of applause. You also
Thank you.
did Mission Hydrogen recently.
Yes.
Kudos for bringing aviation into that ecosystem. I really enjoyed that presentation. It was also a good summary of flying high. I would love to have those slides from you.
That was great timing. Yeah, right after
It
your
really was.
Flying High symposium or summit, which was awesome because I was able to showcase what a lot of great things that folks presented there were doing. And by the way, thanks for running interference in the comments. I saw you knocking down some of the naysayers. So thanks, Danielle. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you bet. Always. It's a team effort. That's why I said we're all, we are all in this mission together. But yeah, I would love to have those slides. If you can share them. I don't know what the deal is with them, but it was
They're
such
actually
a
on the
great
website.
summary.
Yeah,
Send me a link.
that website you showed, yeah, on the H2 Sage menu pick, it's under aviation. I have a bunch of briefings in there.
Oh, on the one I was just on?
Yeah, and they're all on Google Drive, so they're all, you can open them up in a separate tab and view any of them. If you see anything
Okay, I'm
interesting,
pulling
you can
them
always
back
do
up.
a
What do I
screenshot.
click on?
So top right there, the H2 Sage in the menu. Yes.
Mhm.
So that's the online app, and then if you scroll down,
Okay.
so that's available to anybody that wants to use it too for a doer sizing.
Nice.
And then some of the course stuff, that's the only stuff that costs anything, but then everything else is free on here. If you go down to the briefings then and keep scrolling down, there's different topics. So there's usually around 40-ish slides in each of those briefings trying to quickly provide information on those topics. But if you go to the bottom, I think aviation might be the last one. Yeah, so that aviation has all the slides I presented for Mission Hydrogen. Yeah, the top right there, if you click that, yeah, it opens it up.
Awesome.
And I also have some supplemental slides in there. So I update all these as I get new information or I get asked to speak somewhere. I try to keep them fresh and up to date so people have
so valuable
that data if they're interested.
Yeah, I encourage you to share that on HYSKY Connect, connect.hysky.org. Yeah, it's all about just sharing, and linking people together. So feel free to promote like crazy on there and get people on your website.
Great. Thank you. Thanks again for the award.
Yes, congratulations. Thank you. All right, next up, we have Kamardip Bassick for the Clarence Kelly Johnson Award. And this is for outstanding hydrogen-powered aircraft design, excellence in aircraft level design, integrating hydrogen propulsion. I don't think that he knows that he won, so we will have to let him know. I did not have time to contact him, but I believe he's at the University of Maryland with Dr. Datta. So congratulations, Kamardip, and also a very cool award. Kelly Johnson is one of my favorite people in history. I have many books on him. Love his story. And you know, he almost did hydrogen on the SR-71. Next up, one of the most important awards is the James Dewar Award for hydrogen infrastructure. Chris McWhinney, we are so excited to give this award to you. This is for excellence in hydrogen infrastructure, leadership in hydrogen infrastructure, enabling aviation scale development. Congratulations. You were also nominated by many people. You guys are the only ones in this space doing what you're doing. So I'm going to shut up and let you share a couple words and tell the audience what you all do at Millennium Reign Energy. And please give a virtual round of applause to Chris, everybody.
Thank you, Danielle, and thank you for the award. It's an honor to be recognized, and we really appreciate it. Also, just a plug for HYSKY and the great job you're doing. This is a really important thing that you're doing, getting everybody together like this, and we really appreciate it and are happy to support you in these efforts. Millennium Reign Energy is in Dayton, Ohio. Started the business in our garage back in 2003, and now we have products scattered around the world in 37 different locations, and we have built hydrogen systems that do everything in one box and makes the hydrogen, purifies it, compresses it, stores it, and dispenses it at J2719 quality for hydrogen.
Would it be crazy to ask for a quick view of the shop?
Oh, sure. We can,
oh, yeah.
We can unplug and do that.
By the way, hi, Ben. I've been
Hello.
very sick. I'm not ignoring you.
No, that's
It's good to see you.
good to see you too. Just a second, I'll make sure I got my camera going here. And then
So I want to tell you all how I met Millennium Reign Energy. They have some great people on their board, and they found HYSKY, and they were basically like, hey, you know, Millennium Reign Energy has some solutions that could easily be used in aviation. So I went out there and visited, and I was like, literally, this is the missing link. I think Chris likes to say, they solved the chicken and the egg problem. And so we're gonna.
Can you pin me to your screen
You may
so
have
that
to
to make the
unshare.
screen bigger?
we have to unshare for a
Oh,
second.
here, let me stop sharing. There we go. So then you guys
Well, you
can
can-
have it.
now, if you just-
Other people have to double click on you, and then you'll be
Oh,
big.
yeah. If you
So-
pin
Well,
me
and if I
to,
think if I mute, you guys.
yeah. Yeah. So this is here, I'll hold it. So these are one of the things that we're talking about here. These are different size systems. This one does 10,000 psi. And these two down here, they actually do 5,000 psi, but they make hydrogen, purify it, compress it, store it, and dispense it all in one unit. This one down here on the end's actually running. So you can hear it's getting a little noisier, but when you open the door, you've got your electrolyzer there. Got a screen that shows everything that's going on anywhere you want. There's the compressor on top. This is the fueling station door to fuel vehicles and eVTOLs and drones. And then on the back right here, it's got storage for 8 kilograms of storage at 6,000 psi. And then this is the purification system that gets down to less than 5 parts per million of water and less than 5 parts per million of oxygen. And so this is another unit that produces hydrogen at 12 kilograms a day, has 3 different stacks, and compresses it to 6,000 psi with twin compressors, and purifies it to J2700 quality. We've been fueling cars for quite some time, and we've also fueled drones. We've set a record when we were in Portugal fueling drones for the military. This is a station, a dispenser that we have. This is a white label production for a company called Revo Zero. And this system right here is a standalone dispenser only. So really nice system. Just show you in the back of it the kind of quality the team does as far as putting together the insides, the guts of it, and that kind of thing. We build all this stuff in-house because we're vertically integrated. This is our injection mold machine where we actually make the cells here. These are the cells for the inside of the electrolyzer. And these are patented cells, and we have our own machine that does that. And then this is our United States Army unit getting ready to go. This one does 64 kilograms a day, and it's in a 10-foot shipping container. So it's got two systems in it side by side. This is 32 kilograms a day on one side, and then 32 kilograms a day on the other side. And it's got the purification and the whole 9 yards built into it. And this is really new stuff here, but this is the kind of quality our HMI is put together to run this remotely and track everything that goes on. So that's pretty much it for the short unknown we were going to do at type tour.
Yeah, I know. Just for to show off, is there any way we could see Angelo's deal in the front?
Yeah, we have he took the car back, but I still got the signage and
Oh, he
everything.
did? Okay.
Yeah. We had a Hyperion. We've been working with Hyperion, which is the world's first hydrogen supercar. This is our this used to be a Cadillac dealership, so we actually have a Cadillac dealership showroom here. And yeah, there. That's the Hyperion. And we're building fueling stations for them like we are for Revo Zero for white label stations. So we actually have hydrogen cars in our showroom for sale. So anyways,
Woo!
thank you so
I
much
love
for the
it.
award.
Yes, well deserved. And I've said this many times, and I'll say it again. Whoever in aviation teams up with Millennium Rain Energy and Chris is going to win because what they have done, and tell us, how much are you dependent on government funding?
Zero.
Exactly. So no matter what happens with the hubs, they have customers. How many countries do you have units in?
8 countries and then like 7 or 8 states.
Yeah, so they have a product that is producing hydrogen and dispensing hydrogen and also can liquefy hydrogen. So whichever aviation company teams up with Millennium Rain Energy, they're going to win. I've been saying that we are very lucky to have the expertise of Chris in our space. So congratulations on your award. It was, like I said, a no-brainer for you to win that, and really excited to see what 2026 brings.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And yes, I saw in the chat, you will get a list of all the awards. We'll put this out in a press release probably later this week, hopefully tomorrow. Okay, next up, also not a surprise, we have the Frank Piasecki Award. This award goes to Mikhail Cardinal for breakthroughs in hydrogen-powered vertical flight, pioneering advances in hydrogen-powered rotorcraft and VTOL systems. I personally had the pleasure of seeing the hydrogen-powered helicopter this September, as did Mike Hirschberg. I did text Mikhail and let him know that he was winning this award this morning, but I don't think he was able to join us. But huge congrats to Mikhail. Another thing that's been just really exciting to see is the conversion of a Robinson helicopter into hydrogen powered. So congratulations to Mikhail and the Unither Bioelectronics team for winning this award. And this award was named after Frank Piasecki, who is John Piasecki's dad. And look him up and all the contributions he's had in vertical flight. So this was a really fun one to do. Next up, one of the most difficult awards to get, and I would say, most important award to HYSKY Society is the Volunteer of the Year award, which it was a close with Vadim and Steve, but Bill, you won it. You had hundreds of volunteer hours and contributions. You chaired the Flying High Steering Committee. So for those of you that attended Flying High, which I think just about everybody here attended, Bill was really the lead behind bringing that together. That was not me, that was Bill. So Bill, speech. You are the Volunteer of the Year.
Well, thank you very much, Danielle, and to the rest of HYSKY. Helping put on the Flying High Conference this fall was exciting for me, and it was I appreciated the ability to get back. Vadim Lvovich and Steve Ross are excellent people as well. The conference would not have been as successful if it wasn't for them two, as well as the rest of the volunteers on the committee. I'm excited for where hydrogen aviation is going to go in the short-term future and the long-term, and I'm really happy to be part of your organization, Daniel.
Thanks so much, Bill. Please tell the audience a little bit about your background in hydrogen aviation, because I like to call you Mr. Stealth. You're impossible to find. And tell us a little bit about what you're up to now, even though it's not directly related, but maybe sort of related.
Yeah, absolutely. For 6 years, I worked at HYSKY, part of it as director of engineering, part of it was chief operating officer. There at HYSKY, we built PEM fuel cell hexacopters, weighing about 3,000 to 4,000 pounds, flying them in Massachusetts. We had an exceptional team, or when I was there, I had an exceptional team working with me to build something new that hadn't been done before. That was a very fun project for me. I was sad to leave about a year ago. Since then, I have taken a new position as CEO of a nuclear reactor startup based in New Hampshire. So I make nuclear reactors now.
Of course you do. Excited to see where that goes. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you for all of your contributions again. It's just been such a privilege to work with you, Vadim, Steve, and Wade, and everybody on the Flying High Steering Committee. So thank you all again. Okay, next up we have Dr. Martine Rothblatt. I know Martine is not here. Thank you for who nominated her. She was nominated by a few people, and she has won the Humanitarian Impact Award for hydrogen aviation, which is for advancing hydrogen aviation technologies to humanitarian and life-saving missions. Many of us can say that we are either a direct product or an inadvertent product of Martine's contributions and donations and investments in hydrogen aviation. I know that she has contributed to HYSKY, Unither Bioelectronics, Piasecki, and many more. So I think this industry would not even be where it is, if it weren't for Martine. So congratulations, Martine, and thank you so much for everything that you do. Also a no-brainer. And I just want to add, there aren't very many billionaires that put their money where their mouth is. Martine is one of them. And I just cannot emphasize enough that the industry, not just hydrogen aviation, but also vertical flight and eVTOL, wouldn't be where it is without the investments and the determination of Martine. So I hope that motivates more folks to get in this space and to invest more in this space. I'll specifically call out Bertrand Pickard, who I've been trying to get on my podcast for a couple of years now, and we've had some action on that. Thank you to you, Chris McWhinney and Solar Impulse. I have heard back from them, and so we're getting progress on that. But Bertrand is also a very influential individual with deep pockets who is flying around the world in a hydrogen-powered aircraft, and I'm trying to get Bertrand more involved in this community. So anything that you all can do to help make that happen, we want to see more Martines, right? We want to see more people get involved. One of the number one things that you all said we needed to do as HYSKY is to raise more money for the industry and for the community. So it can't all fall on Martine. We need more people to do this. We need government to do more. We need the people with the funding to do more. So this is a call out to industry, especially if you're a pilot and you're in aviation. Why not invest in zero emission electric flight? Congratulations to Martine. All right, next we have John Piasecki. Speaking of Piasecki, it wouldn't be a Hydrogen Aviation Award ceremony without John Piasecki. John Piasecki has won the Legacy Stewardship Award for hydrogen vertical flight and the stewardship of historic rotorcraft innovation into hydrogen vertical flight. Congratulations to John Piasecki. Some people nominated John Piasecki for the Frank Piasecki Award, but we thought it might be awkward for him to win his father's award, although it might have been cool. But he has won the Legacy Stewardship Award. So congratulations to John. He also did not know he was winning. I didn't know he was winning this until this morning. So he's probably not here, but we'll get a speech from him later. I better keep this show moving. All right, next up we have Bill, excuse me, I don't know why I said Bill, reading Val, but I said Bill. Val Miftakhov, also not a surprise here. He was nominated for several awards. Val has won the Commercialization Leadership Award for hydrogen aviation, and it's for leadership in scaling hydrogen aviation into certifiable market-ready solutions. Val is also a very important person in this space. I know he's not here, so I'm going to do his speech for him, but I just want to add kind of what I was saying previously, and just to everybody that's winning awards today, this space and this industry is not a get rich quick at all space. Every single person that has won an award, every single person on this call is dedicating their life to something with very little reward against the grain upstream with so many naysayers. And so even though, we might see, Zero Avia is getting funding for this and that, the dedication and perseverance that it takes people like Val to get to that level is not easy. And without people like him and without these success stories, it really makes what the rest of us do even more difficult. So just a huge thank you to Val. We believe in you. We believe in Zero Avia. And thank you for keep on seeing your vision through and pivoting into things that are going to work, into keeping Zero Avia alive. We are rooting for you every step of the way. Round of applause for Val. Next up, we have Carol Bailey. Carol, you have won the National Stewardship Award for Hydrogen Energy and Aviation and Sustained Public Sector Leadership in Advancing Hydrogen Policy, Safety, and Deployment. I don't know if Carol is on the call. I also don't think that she knew she was going to win an award, but just a quick little bit about Carol. She's with the Army Corps of Engineers, and let me actually pull it up. I want to pull up her nomination because it was a really cool one to read the entire thing. She has championed fuel cells and hydrogen technology since the early 1990s, and she's helped launch the first fuel cell units in Commuthern, California, nominated by multiple secretaries of energy, and she served on the Hydrogen Technical Advisory Panel and Hydrogen Safety Panel and helped shape the national research. I lost my place. I'm reading this in a tiny cell because it's on a spreadsheet. Research priorities for emerging hydrogen technology. And with the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, she leads the fueling and evaluation of advanced hydrogen production and utilization systems, including a fuel cell powered quadruped robot driving new levels of operational energy resilience for the U.S. military. So congratulations, Carol, on that award. Very interesting. Woohoo! Next, we have Dr. Martha Williams, Foundational Invention Award for Liquid Hydrogen Aviation Systems. Dr. Martha Williams has invented some very cool enabling liquid hydrogen technology and thermal systems for aviation, for hydrogen aviation. And Sue, are you still on, and are you able to tell us a little bit about Dr. Martha Williams? Also, HYSKY wrote a very cool piece on Martha. And
Yeah.
Sue, if you're on, we would love to hear more. Oh, Martha, you're here. I didn't
Yes,
expect
I'm
to see
here.
you. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, I'm so honored. I've never actually gotten to talk to you before. I'm
Okay.
starstruck.
Do you want me to do a video or?
Yes, please. We would love to hear more about you.
Okay, let's see if the video will work, I think. Can you see me? Yep. Can you see me? I'm in my office, so the light is kind of bright. Okay. Well, thank you very much for the award, and I appreciate it very much. It's really nice to be recognized in this arena and this, and also seeing a lot of the women, Danielle, and you leading this, being recognized. So that's really great. I know you, the HYSKY Society has been showcasing Josh McMarrow or Path to Hydrogen. I think he's done several presentations this year, and Cullen Hall with Gen H2. So that's part of the team that I'm at. I'm a senior technology advisor. I'm a founding member with James Fesmire. We've been a colleagues for a long time from NASA. I've been at NASA 29 years, and yeah, so I've been recognized for a lot of that and from the NASA, and also been really excited to showcase invention and intellectual property with Gen H2, looking at controlled storage. I know you've been really interested in that, and heat lift refrigeration and what we're doing in that space of Gen H2 and the next generation of refrigeration, controlled storage, and things for aviation, because we've been, coming from NASA, you really think the ultimate aviation and aerospace. So been able to do that and also continue that vision with Gen H2. So really excited about the opportunity in HYSKY and you leading this society and this team and making things happen. So thank you for the recognition, and I appreciate it very much. I don't know if there's anything else that Sue, or if you're on, you may be able to add anything.
Please do, Sue. And I have to say, I wasn't expecting you to be on, Martha. I'm just so used to these people being busy, and you're, in my opinion, a VIP. Also, would love to have you on the podcast. And we've just been so impressed with Gen H2. Please tell us a little bit about your patents and what you've done at NASA and what Gen H2 is doing. I know the audience would love to hear.
Yes. So I have my PhD in polymer chemistry, but very diverse and working with leading teams at NASA. So I've got to be able to cross the boundaries. And one of those boundaries was with cryogenics with James Fesmire. So we've been able to invent aerogel composite materials with cryogenic storage, solid state storage technology. Also hydrogen sensing technologies. So we did that with a really diverse team with industry and universities, and got really recognized with that through an R&D award. So those are some of the things that was very specific to some of the things we're doing now. And of course, we've been able to work with self-healing materials and damage detection and fire and polymer. So I've been able to really cross the boundaries and bring a lot of that thinking outside the box and inside the box thinking process to Gen H2. And now I've really been able to focus on liquid hydrogen with James Fesmire and the rest of the Gen H2 team, and be able to invent but also be able to make products that are very important to this hydrogen space, like control storage and heat lift refrigeration and solid state storage. I think I mentioned that before. The nice thing is that it's been also been able to through by coming to Gen H2 and this creative space and being an entrepreneur that I've been able to realize a lot of the things that we started at NASA. So been able to really do important work and be excited about that.
I'm so excited that yes, and
There's
please
a lot.
tell us. Hey, no, that's great. How far are we from solid state hydrogen storage? And is it more promising than solid state batteries?
Well, I think with the cryogenic storage is like a storage medium, so that would be more. I think it depends for, I would say for like drones and stuff like that. It's probably quicker, but it's probably, I would think James and I, because James is also an inventor on that, that we would probably multiple years. It depends on how you apply that. So yeah, I could. I think I would say that I kind of look at solid state maybe as a battery, type system. You can combine it with other things, but that is definitely more not a product that is as ready to go as like the heat lift refrigeration and the controlled storage that Josh and Cullen has been speaking about. So I think that's we're excited about those technologies, but also we're really focused on controlled storage and and I think Josh talked about the heat lift assembly technology and the smart tank and all that, and truly how we integrate it and make it a continuous coal mass system that allows us to do things and move hydrogen around from point to point without zero loss. So that's the thing that we're focusing on. And I think that, Josh talked about that, Cullen talked about that, but I know that Gen H2 would be excited to talk more about that. And also, if you wanted me to do more, I've been speaking more on innovation and how you do that and the thought process about that. So yeah. So that might be something you might be interested in something on that, the way of because people have been really interested in how you really be practical about the innovations.
Yes, we definitely need to chat more. So I'm so excited to have met you sort of. I can't wait until we get to do these in person. But yes, congratulations again, Martha. It is, you caught me off guard and I got kind of starstruck.
Well, thank you. And thank you very much for the recognition and for the Sue for working the nomination. So
absolutely.
And congratulations. And congratulations to everyone. This is great. And it's really nice to have people showcased. And also I look at it as an inspiration to the next generation or the next people that come along that do this work.
Yes, I agree. And if you know a student, we also have some awards that for next year, we've got some awards for younger people. So if somebody's interested in this, or they're doing, some, even if it's, high school level research, we want to recognize those people. So we really want to recognize and inspire the next generation and the folks working on this. We want to keep the momentum going. I'm just really proud of HYSKY for what we've accomplished because we set out to bridge the gap between hydrogen and aviation. And we saw that we had people working on the aircraft and on board the aircraft, but we were really, missing technologies like hydrogen production and fuel cells and storage and liquefaction. And so seeing everybody come together is just really, really exciting. So congratulations again to Dr. Williams and to Gen H2. Next up, we have Gail Labris, as Gail says it himself. I think for years, Rishav and I were calling Gail Labrie, but Gail Labris for Operational Readiness Award. And this is for the Integration Award for Hydrogen Aviation Translation of Hydrogen Aircraft Concepts into Operational Airport Procedures and Standards. Gail also part of the Flying High Steering Committee. I don't know if Gail is here today. I don't see him. We will get a speech from him later, but thank you, Gail, and congratulations. He was also nominated for several people and also has spoken at HYSKY Monthly on airports and such in the past. And I think we've got maybe two more. Vadim Lovovich for Government Research Award. And this goes for the Government Research Leadership Award for Hydrogen Aviation, Government Research Leadership, Defining National Hydrogen Aircraft Technology Roadmaps. Vadim, I'm not sure if you are here. I see you. Speech. You probably didn't even know that you were nominated for an award. You were nominated for multiple as well. But we thought this was a great one because of the research that you've published with NASA. So Vadim, please come on and give a speech.
Well, first of all, thank you very much for that, award. Token of appreciation. I did not know that I was nominated, and I did not expect. I am certainly very grateful for the fact that our modest contribution into overall hydrogen movement was recognized in such a way. I am not a person who usually is getting any kinds of awards. I nominated, especially during my tenure for 11 years as a department head, I nominated literally dozens of people for all sorts of awards. Primarily technical awards. I have never been, to the best of my knowledge, I have never been nominated myself. So I really appreciate the HYSKY Society for recognizing me that way. I really like working with you guys. I have told that on a number of occasions. It's an extremely important organization in terms of bringing us together, in terms of giving us a platform to discuss important things, to talk about technology, to talk about infrastructure, to talk about funding situation together, as not only a technical group, as a group of friends as well. And in terms of getting the word out, and in terms of contributing into overall movement, I think it's an extremely valuable organization. I'm very, very proud that I have been associated with this movement and with Flying High for the last 3 years. So thank you for that recognition, and we'll keep going.
Congratulations. I'm shocked that you have not won awards or been nominated, but you definitely deserve it. So I can't wait to see it on your shelf. It's going to look great. And last but certainly not least, we have Dr. Albert Musa for the Lifetime Safety Foresight Award for Hydrogen and Aerospace Systems Career-Long Safety Science Preventing Catastrophic Hydrogen and Aerospace Failures. And Dr. Musa, you did a fabulous presentation in Las Vegas at Flying High last year, and I've wanted to get you on the podcast, and we're going to make that happen eventually, but you were just a wealth of knowledge, and I want to get that presentation recorded, because that is knowledge that we cannot lose. We need to preserve that for future generations. Albert, if you are on, please give us a speech and tell the audience what you presented in Las Vegas.
Yeah, greeting. First, I'm very touched with the award. But to answer your question, Danielle, NASA was interested in hydrogen. The hydrogen economy really started 40 years ago. And actually, the hydrogen economies, as I recall, there have been several of it. meaning interest even before the 40s, and then it kind of peters out. Then 40 years ago, and it peters out, and of course now it's very hot again. And it comes for a different reason. 40 years ago, it was more after the oil crisis. And the question is, how could we replace petroleum fuel with hydrogen? And for that purpose, NASA pushed programs on a hydrogen aircraft. This is a commercial airliner. And Boeing had a design, McDonnell Douglas had a design, and we were involved in evaluating the safety issues associated with that if such an airliner fueled by liquid hydrogen were to crash. And we compare side by side with the simulation what would happen with a hydrogen aircraft versus a jet fuel, Jet A specifically, as well as liquid nitrogen aircraft, LNG, which, by the way, is very hot nowadays again. So that was done. I've also done some work on when the 3 Mile Island happened, which, if you recall, the fact that there was loss of cooling power created situations where high temperature were produced inside the reactor, and then hydrogen was generated, I presume due to the dissociation of water. And the concern was the formation of a hydrogen bubble inside the reactor that might detonate or deflagrate. And that was the question that we were asked by EPRI. EPRI was the Electric Power Research Institute. And then we did a study and decided it's actually more likely to deflagrate. But the only solution on the spot was, if you detect hydrogen, you better ignite it. And don't let it build up as a big bubble, because that then can produce high pressure that would threaten the reactor. That, again, was done during 3 Mile Island, which I believe was 1978, 79. It's been a while. But since then, I've done a lot of evaluation of hydrogen system over the years, whether in the chemical or the nuclear industry. And also, I've been involved in situations where when is hydrogen really sensible? One cannot just push hydrogen willy-nilly in different applications where there are other technologies that would be preferable in these specific application. And that's very important, because if one goes up against kind of other technologies, then it will, sooner or later, you will suffer. And it's best to be very cautious in the beginning of saying, well, if I develop that, will it make sense? Will it run, so to speak, for a car? And will it fly? And I've kind of been involved in some of these on and off. I'm giving away my age by talking like that, so I better stop.
Thank you so much. And we're gonna get that recorded eventually, because it was a fascinating presentation. I fully enjoyed it. And now, lastly, I just want to recognize a few people. Yes, congratulations, Dr. Musa. We're lucky to have you as this part of this ecosystem. And whoops, I forgot to update that slide. But now I just want to recognize a few people that I see as very critical to this space. And we don't have a specific award, but your contributions have definitely kept the momentum going. And that is Wade Ewing and Sarah Matran. So just a huge thank you to Wade and Sarah for all of your contributions and being involved in HYSKY Connect. Perhaps we need to have an award for HYSKY Connect Member of the Year. And if we had that award, I think, Wade, you would win it. But Wade and Sarah, Sarah, if you're here, Wade, definitely please unmute. Tell everybody a little bit about you.
Sure thing. So I'm currently a consultant. I serve deep tech startups with fundraising, with product development, advancement, and commercialization strategies. I have supported the clean tech industry since 2011. So it's been a while for me, and I love working with companies, their passion, their disruptive and emerging technologies. So excited to support the HYSKY members.
Thank you so much, Sarah. And I loved your presentation at Flying High. Those were such great charts. I loved it. Wade.
Oh, hi. Thank you. That's very a great honor to receive this. So I became involved with hydrogen aviation really about 3 or 4 years ago with was working on a project with Honeywell, and that's where I first got exposed to it. But I've really become a great champion for hydrogen aviation. When I first started my career 40 years ago, I was fortunate to have worked for some of the NASA Apollo moon rocket engineers that had been involved with that in the 1960s. And one of them, I recall, had on his behind his desk, he had an excerpt from John F. Kennedy's speech, which said, "We choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard." So I've always kept that in my memory for the past 40 years. And I think what we're doing now with hydrogen, we're doing basically the same thing. And I see HYSKY as the premier group in the world, actually, that's promoting this and advocating for hydrogen and bringing all the people together. So I'm very honored and privileged to be a part of this group.
Thank you so much, Wade. We've really enjoyed having you as part of our group as well. Great seeing you every week. So thank you, everybody. I'm really proud of our time on this because we are at 11:53, and I just want to close with a quick call to action. So if today inspired you, I want you to remember that HYSKY is completely volunteer run. And if you want to see things like this happen in person in the future, then consider becoming a VIP member of HYSKY. HYSKY Connect. HYSKY Connect is where innovators, regulators, researchers, and builders come together to accelerate zero carbon flight. If we had 5 gold members right now, 5 new gold members, which is $5,000 a year, then we could have this in person next year. So I really want to encourage you to become a gold member with your companies and your organizations. It's $5,000 a year, and the benefits that you get are really unlimited. You get loads of promotions, you get free sponsorships, you get press releases, you get your logo in our email blasts. It is the most affordable marketing that you will get, and you help build the hydrogen aviation community. So if you really want to think about putting your dollars to work for you and for the industry, consider becoming a gold member of HYSKY Connect for $5,000 a year. And with that, I am going to close today. I will open it to just anybody wants to make any comments. But I just want to thank you all for a fantastic 2025 and for bearing with me, even for sounding like crap today. But I just want to thank all of you for an amazing 2025. And if anybody wants to make a comment or say anything or give a happy holidays or anything like that, please do now. I'm going to shut up and just open the floor to anybody else that wants to say anything. Okay, going once, going twice. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much for being a part of HYSKY Society. And
hello, before you close up.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, Danielle, you deserve an award. And maybe the co-organizer, whoever they are, should do that even retroactively after the fact, and certainly do it correctly next year.
The award for me is going to be getting people to fund HYSKY Society. That's the way you can award me, is so that we can do more in 2026. So become a member. And if you can't afford the $5,000 a year, you can do a consulting year for $250 a year. But thank you, Albert. That's the award for me, is funding HYSKY. That is my sole purpose in life, is to bring in money so we can do more, so that we all can do more. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I see a couple of people unmuted. Do not be shy. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I thought, if I have to, I'm gonna do like I'll do like an all-night like marathon of like jump roping or something, to where I just stay on like on a live stream until we raise enough money to do 2026 successfully. So please don't make me do that. I'm not against it though. Or like a rapathon where I just rap for 24 hours straight. But yeah, happy holidays, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all hopefully in person in 2026. And yeah, we'll see you soon. Have a
Thanks,
good holidays,
Danielle.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Stuff.